Food markets only. Food markets only.
Meet Susie Smart, she is so bright. On her blackboard you can write. She has a desk, she has a seat. What's your name, my darling sweet?
My name is Susie Smart.
She can talk!
She can talk, but can she add?
2 plus 2 is 4. Cat, C-A-T.
You can spell!
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how
You recite!
Press the button, she says a dozen things, complete with desk, blackboard, and seat. Susie Smart, sold at food markets only.
Well, what's on the television, then? Looks like a penguin.
But it's not a penguin. It's OohSusieQue 96. Merry, happy, good stuff. Oh, I know who that is. God is great. Hi, Mr. T. How's Japan treating you? Mike Wolf, good morning, good morning. Oh, my goodness. It's the day before the 12 days of Christmas night. Yeah, I got my dates all screwed up. Yeah, good morning, Mark. Quit snoring into my microphone. It's making the desk shake, causing my microscope to jump all around. Well, I hope y'all can hear me. I forgot to check my settings. Make sure I got audio. It says I do. Yeehaw, we're here. How about that? Yeah. 8 feet of snow. We have no snow, but it is -4 degrees with a -24 wind chill factor. So it's not pretty. It's very deceiving. You look out the window and it looks nice out there, but the door that goes out of my unit opens to an indoor hallway, but I could feel the cold air just like crawling in from underneath the door. I went and put some things down there. It is bad. I hope the people that do have to go out in it take all necessary precautions. I tried to persuade my sister not to make a 5-hour trip across the state of Virginia today, but they're going to do it anyway. I'm not going. I stay right here. I got lots of things to do right here, getting ready for the start of the 12 days of Christmas giveaway and the Epiphany and giveaway at the end of that. And that will actually begin Christmas night, the 25th, runs through January 6th. And every day when I am doing the giveaways, I will be explaining more about the real 12 days of Christmas and how it works versus what the commercial people trying to sell you things. That's why you see so many things at the beginning of the month. People think the 12 days of Christmas are at the beginning of the month, and that's not part of it. It has nothing to do with it. It irritates me so badly that there's one lady who I watch her channel and I watch the show, and then as soon as she starts that 12 days of Christmas thing on like January or December the 7th or something, I turn it off because it's misleading. Anyway, I got to do a couple mail calls, and then I'm gonna talk a little more about the giveaway. And then we're gonna do some pennies because I got to finish this penny box and get it off my desk so I can do the 12 days of Christmas thing. Otherwise, these pennies are going to be everywhere. First, I got marbles. These came in the mail. I got these from Show Me, who is based out of Missouri. It's a metal detecting channel. And apparently I lost my marbles one day. And I got them back over on Florida Thunder Digging with Rob. So I got this bag with some really cool marbles in it. And I'm going to have to get my friend Susan Berman to tell me if there's anything in there of value. She actually collects marbles. But there's some pretty neat ones in there. So I got those. And then we all got to say a ginormous thank you to Daniel Lauren and Shell Bell, because they put some money in the PayPal account to help offset the mailing out of the prizes for the 12 days of Christmas. And so a big thanks goes out to them, because last year it took me a long time to get everything mailed out because I didn't have enough money. I gave so many things away. So I really appreciate that assist from the Lauren family. And there's a package under my tree from Archaeology Mikey and his mom. I opted not to open it because I don't really have, I think I have 2 packages, counting that one. So, because I did open my annual shipment of German Pfeffernuss cookies from some musician friends of mine who know I love them and cannot get them here in Galax. So every year they send me cookies. So there's not a lot of stuff under my tree. I will show you my tree tomorrow on the actual live streaming thing. Good morning, keep digging. Oh, up at the top, and I should have pinned this message. I need to pin it somehow. I do have the link for the comment video. We did make a little comment video this year. I will be picking a few other contestants, but I'm not going to get into the big long thing like I did last year. My health just won't let me. But so I did make a comment video, and I'm trying to, I can't get it pinned because I'm not in UB2B. Also this year, for the first time, these are being simulcast on not only on It's Susie Q 96, but also on OohSusieQue Jewelry and Decor. And the reason I am doing that, number one, I'd like more people to go see my jewelry. But primarily, I am doing that because I'm going to be giving away some jewelry prizes this year. I did ask for people to send some things to give away, and because I'm a smaller channel, people didn't really participate in that. So I need to fill in the blanks, and I thought, well, I make some pretty nice stuff. I'll just give some of that away. So for that reason, I have also included my jewelry channel this year. And I'm trying the simulcasting thing. I've never done it before. Good morning, Team Clam Bake. How's my grandbaby? Oh my, okay, I think I got it pinned at least, I hope. Anyway, that link is floating around for the comment video. It shows a slightly crooked Christmas tree because M3 decided, thankfully, before I put decorations on, he decided he wanted to take the tree down. And I did that on purpose. I put the tree up there with nothing on it. I do that every year. I leave it there for a little while. Well, he knocked it down and it scared him. And so now he won't mess with it again because it scared him when it fell. But all it had on it when he knocked it down was the star was on the top. And so the top of the tree is a little wonky. And I do have it lashed to the wall and a couple of other things with some twine and monofilament fishing line. So I don't think he can take it down now, but yeah, he already lumberjacked it. So anyway, I wasn't going to do all that stuff, and then I decided, well, maybe it will cheer me up. I've been fighting some depression over this constantly being sick. You know, I got that influenza A, and then I got it. I was in the hospital for a little bit, and they sent me home, and we thought it was okay, but then I had a little relapse and missed a couple of craft shows. So that cut into my income, and of course then I got depressed because things weren't going the way I needed them to go. And so I decided I was going to put up the tree. And then I did a little craft show out here in the lobby. Just one table. It was the stuff that I had left over that I didn't get to try and sell at the craft fair. And the management was nice enough to let me put a little table up out here in the lobby, because a lot of our residents have no way to really go shopping. We have a little bus, but it's hard for some of the older folks. They just can't do it. So I set up a little sale out here, and I only did it for 3 hours, and I did pretty well. Made a little bit of my money back, and I had some little Christmas trees that I had made, and I gave some stuff away, and gave out some cookies and stuff, and then I felt a lot better. So that's what's been going on, and why I haven't been online too much. And managed to get some of my Christmas cards out. And I'm going to tell you guys, I had planned on sending all of my prize winners that I have envelope or addresses for a card, and I got the cards all here. I went to the post office and mailed some things and picked up a book of postage stamps. And when I went to do the cards, the stamps are nowhere to be found. And I cannot get to where there would be any more. So I'm sorry you guys didn't get your Christmas cards. It's been a pretty intense year here with all the new diagnoses and the just stuff, the car blowing up. Yeah, it's not been one of my finer hours. We'll just put it that way. So anyway, we're gonna look at some pennies, because I got about a half a box I got to go through and get these off of here by tomorrow night. So some of them may be done off camera. I gotta get the copper hopper open. And this is the 82s. And now I got to get another container because Mr. Doug Harding wants all my 68s. So I got to open another one instead of throwing those in the copper hopper now. And those will go in a separate bouquet. All right, let's get started here. Let's start out with some copper. That's always good. Oops, I need my cheating sheet. That's one of the things I want to do. I always wanted, but never got one of those really cool mats that Rob Finds Treasure has. I tried for a long time to win one. I never won one, and I didn't have enough money to buy one, so oh my. So I don't have that accoutrement. I just have a composition book that I made a cheat sheet in, and I can't find it, so there, I think that might be it. There's my cheating sheet. I bought something. Hi, Ross. Woo, yes, it is cold outside, baby. It is cold, cold, cold outside. It's still in the minuses here. All right, now I got my cheating sheet. We can proceed with the pennies now. So that's a nasty looking thing, isn't it? All right, don't forget to come back tomorrow evening when the 12 Days of Christmas gift away starts up. I got stuff for the jewelry people. I got stuff for the Queenie people. I got stuff for the metal detecting peoples. I got presents for a lot of peoples. All kinds. M3 says he might even have a present for cats. But I doubt that because he is a very greedy little sucker, and I don't really see him giving away his stuff. Yesterday's short video, he claimed I tried to give away his catnip banana last year, and that was a fib. That cat is a fibber. Ooh, yeah, well, see, I'm almost in North Carolina, Ross. I am on the border of Virginia and North Carolina, and I am in the mountains. So, yes, it does get cold here, but not usually to this extreme. Oh, yeah, Mike, we had for 2 weeks rain, snow, rain, rain, rain. I've been trying to get out here with one of my buddies so we can assess the mechanical issues of my car. And in order to do that, the ground has to be dry because we got to put some fluid in and see if we can ascertain where it's leaking from. And we can't do that because the ground's wet. Yeah, I know Texas is getting nailed. I talked to Dawn, the metal detective, and she's in Texas, and they're, they got snow down there. And also my friend Susan, who's one of the Patreon sponsors of this channel, she's in Austin, and she had to carry all her massive amounts of plants and stuff into the house and find room for them in there because it is so cold in Austin. They've got snow. Here's an 82. So yeah, I think pretty much the whole country. I've kind of been laughing with my friend Question Mark up in Michigan. It is colder where I am here than it is where our part of Michigan is. Yeah, his temperature, when mine was 7 below this morning, his was +7. Yeah, and like I said, I am on the southwestern tip of Virginia. Yeah, it gets cold here, but not like this. And I am really worried about the creatures, the animals, and I'm also worried about homeless people or underhoused people. We have a lot of underhoused people up here in the mountains. They basically live in shacks. And some of you will remember 2 years ago, I was staying in my sister's cabin. out on her farm, and I had to get out of there. It was so bad, even though I had put things over all the walls and everything, and it was so bad that the wind was coming in between the cracks and blowing the tarps and stuff down that I had over the windows and stuff. It was unbearable in there. And that's how I ended up in this apartment here. And then I got too sick to continue my trip to Michigan, and I've been here ever since. But it's warm in here, and it's not like it was when I was in the cabin, but we do have a lot of folks living out through these mountain ranges who are living in places like that where the wind just, you stick newspapers in between and, try to chunk it up. And I am really afraid we're going to have some fatalities in this area because of the lack of heat. And our power company is very unforgiving here, and they are very, they're just not nice. I was lucky, and I found out about a program that helps seniors and disabled pay for their power, and I was able to get on that. So, but I worry about these older and people that have fallen through the cracks and live, they live hand to mouth out on these little pieces of property out in the middle of nowhere in the mountains. So I'm praying for all of them. Hi, Kit Coins. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, and there's people like that all over this country. There's the Indian reservations, a lot of those people live that way. And this weather thing it's not just nationwide, it's worldwide. Things are, people are not prepped for this in a lot of areas. I've had time over the past several years. There's a copper. When I was living in my RV. Ooh, that's not a bad looking 67. I mean, there's nothing special per se, but I'm going to see if one of the albums needs a better looking 67. We'll scope that. But yeah, over the last several years from when I was living in the motorhome, I have accumulated a lot of emergency things like solar power charger for my cell phones and battery operated radio, both a regular radio and a weather radio, and flashlights and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of people they don't think about that stuff until they're in the middle of the crisis. And it gave me an idea, and I can't do much about the idea right now. But I think next year, I usually, there's 82. I think I'm going to just next year take up a collection and go to a dollar store and buy a little flashlight or a little battery powered light of some kind for everybody in this building, so they will at least have something. Because there was a lady out here earlier. She wanted to know if the bus was going to run today, which it's not. We have a little shuttle bus. Because she wanted to go get a flashlight in case our power goes out. And I'm like, everybody should have one of those. That was the end of that roll. Not much in there except that shiny 67. Alrighty. So anyway, we're kind of pretty much locked down now until maybe Tuesday in this area, and especially in this complex, because our bus is not going to start running again until Tuesday. And I'm going to say probably half the people in here don't have cars, don't drive. So I made sure I had everything we needed. M3's got his kitty food and his treats, and we have plenty of stuff for Christmas chow, and I've got everything charged up that needs charged up, and I got batteries for everything that needs to have batteries. So I think we're good. We're just going to maybe try and use this time to get caught up on some things, pack up the Christmas stuff, and get it ready to go back to storage. I donated some of it, gave a lot of stuff away as Christmas gifts. Some people probably hate me. They're like, oh no, homemade crafts again. But the one lady that comes and helps me clean, she was really happy with hers. I made, hey, jackalope! I had made these little, well, they weren't little, but I had made these Christmas pillows that we were selling in the booth. And of course, they take up a lot of space to store. And I had a few left, so I decided to give them away as Christmas gifts. Well, I happen to know that the lady that comes and helps me, they really like that little red truck theme because her husband drives a little old red truck. So I gave her the little red truck pillows, and she said her husband immediately took them, and they're now in his recliner. So I made a good call on that one, and I don't have to find a place to store pillows for a year until Christmas rolls around again. But yeah, apparently her husband decided those are his and has taken them over. So that's what I'm going to be doing while I'm locked down in this cold. Oh, gave them your 4-wheel drive. Well, see, I grew up in Florida, so I didn't really have a lot of experience driving in snow when I moved to Michigan. But I learned real quick, and I'm pretty good at it. I don't like to do it, though. And truthfully, when I was in Michigan, if it was really bad, I still wouldn't drive in it. We had a bus that I could use that would come right to my house since I'm a senior, and it would take me anywhere I needed to go. So if it was really bad, I wouldn't even try to drive in the snow, but I know how to do it. Yeah, I drove race cars for a long time, and you learn stuff. So I still almost ended up in the Flint River once, but that had to do with a patch of black ice that I didn't see until I was going around a turn, and it spun me around, and I had a choice. Do I want to go over a cliff thing and go in the Flint River, or do I want to hit a couple of little shrubbery trees and a ditch? So, of course, I opted for the shrubbery trees and the ditch and did minor damage to my little car. It was cold. I just had to sit there till they came pull me out of the ditch. A nice lady came by, brought me some coffee, and so. But yeah, I worry about some of these people because they think they can drive really well in snow, and there's no snow with this, at least not here. but there's ice. And I'm worried that some of these people who are overconfident are going to have the same kind of experience I had up in Michigan, where they hit some ice that they can't see and end up where they're not supposed to. So I've just been telling everybody I know, don't try to drive anywhere. Go home. Stay in. Spend some time. Let's see if there's any DDO action happening here. Oh, I got some. I'll go ahead and tell y'all part of this. I'm going to make another video talking about this, but I'll go ahead and tell y'all while we're here. During the 12 days of Christmas gift away, which is starting tomorrow evening, for those who need to know that, I came up with an extra little contest. I made 6 Christmas ornaments that have the It's OohSusieQue 96 logo on them that are going to be part of the giveaway, but one of them is different than the rest. Now, if you happen to pick a number that has one of those in it, it's going to be in there with the other prize. But if you happen to pick one that has that in there, and we turn it over and it has a pink back instead of a black back, then you're going to get an extra prize. So there'll be a prize within a prize, and it's going to be like a silver kind of prize. So in addition to the whatever prize your number would be giving you, if you get the one with the different color back on the ornament, you got an extra prize on top of that. So, and you got a cool little ornament because there's only going to be 6 of them. So that's something else I came up with this year. So that's something to look forward to. Like I said, I'm having to do things a little different because money got very tight very fast when I had that pulmonary embolism last year. And so we're just doing things a little different, but it'll still be fun. We always have fun on the Christmas series. We never know what's going to happen. I mean, we're still going to play all the games and stuff. Cats versus dogs is coming back. Yep, we are going to have some serious cats versus dogs. And, of course, every time we do that, some strange animals come creeping in. And no, I'm not just talking about Big Country. Oops, I didn't say that. Big Country likes to throw strange animals into the mix. He's quite funny. But yeah, we are definitely gonna have some fun and games. I'm flying by the seat of my pants this year because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it at all. But yep, the cats and dogs is coming, and they get. We might get penguins in here too. Who knows what's going to show up? Stuff just happens. Stuff just happens.
All right, let's dispense with the friendly banter. I believe you know why I'm here.
Oh, I always figured it was to study us, discover our weaknesses, and report back to your alien overlords.
Yeah, that could be why we're here too. Well, I thought it was
Penny?
this.
Penny?
That's a nasty looking penny there. I don't even know what bin that goes in. Holy cow. Or as Penny would say, holy crap on a cracker. I've been trying to find that quote. I like that one. It's pretty funny. Let's see if we got a wide AM. I'd like to find something. Obviously, we're not going to have any car wash quarters on Monday because I got no way to go to the car wash. But we still got those nickels that we haven't gone through that have been sitting here for 6 months now. So, oh, and then we got another contest we're going to play when I finish this box of pennies. I have a whole bunch more pennies lying around that I haven't gotten rolled up. And so we are going to have a little game where we guess how many pennies are in the container that has to be rolled up. I just got to find a container big enough to hold them so you can see how many pennies we're dealing with. And I can tell you, it's a bunch. A bunch. Oh yeah, that's the one I want, Mark. I'll have to go back and save that. That's one of my favorite penny quotes from Big Bang, and the other one I do have. I found it right away. Is where is it? This one right here, where she tells Sheldon,
Oh, honey, the buses don't go where you live, do they?
yeah. And there you go. I like that one a lot. The buses don't go where you live. Oh, I'm going to have to empty this penny thing here in a minute. I mean, I have boxes and containers of pennies everywhere that I have got to roll up and take back to the bank. All of that money goes back into the Michigan Moving Fund. That's what I do after I go through the boxes. I roll it all back up and I put it in the moving fund. It kind of helps me save a little bit of money to get into that fund. So, oh, and I don't know if he ever tunes in or not, but if my cousin Butch happens to tune in, Merry Christmas, Butch, and thank you for the donation to the moving fund. Butch is a volunteer fireman in Iowa, and when we were kids, he tormented the living crap out of me, and he was like my least favorite cousin because he just tormented me. But I actually, as adults, he's one of my favorite cousins. But at the time, I did not find him the least bit amusing. He gave me the nickname of Goose. And where it came from was they used to have these little girl toys. They were like kitchen toys. Little miniature refrigerators and stoves and stuff like that. And the name of the line was Susie Goose. So Butch used to call me Goose all the time and walk around behind me, making goose noises. Just tormented me until I was about 13. He finally, but he would do things like, one time he convinced me, because I was a city kid and we'd go up to Iowa and be out on the farm. And of course, we didn't know that much about farming or anything. And Butch convinced me that rhubarb was just red celery. And he knew I liked celery. So he convinced me to take a big old bite out of this raw rhubarb. I will not go anywhere near rhubarb to this day. I can't even stand the sight of the stuff. Thanks a lot, Cousin Butch. Oh my. This is unfortunate. This is one of the Lincoln Life series, but it is, as you can see, because it's zinc, it's trashed. So that's a little unfortunate. Otherwise, we would have kept that one, but there's no point. That is ugly. It's ruined. It's ruined. Too bad. Yeah, I got to do all these pennies today so I can get them out of here. I need them for the contest, and I need my desk. We have found a few, I think 5 Wheaties so far in this box. And when I find a Wheatie, for those who don't know, if I find a Wheatie, we try not to expose the date, and we do a little game where a prize is given to the person who gets closest to the date without going over. And so if I find a Wheatie, that's going to be happening again today, of course. What we're going to do today for the prize, there's 82, is white AM here. If we get one of those prizes, the person will get anything good out of the next roll. And if there's nothing good in the next roll, they will at least get a Wheatie out of my little bucket over here. So you will get something. So we can always hope. So yeah, try and bribe that bot and tell him we need the Wheaties. Breakfast of Champions. Need a white AM. Didn't get her. Didn't get her. Yeah, I have not been on a lot of people's streams, and if I haven't been on your stream lately, I apologize. The combination of being sick and busy and dealing with this situation, this disease called IgG4, which has grown some nasty inflammatory tissue in my eye socket. It makes it hard for me to follow the live stream for very long. My eye doesn't want to focus, and then my head starts hurting. So it's not that I don't want to be in the streams. It's just some days I can't do it. I just can't. We can't see. I'm blinded by the light. Another copper. So I'm just piddling away here with it. Yeah, oh, yeah, wouldn't that be nice, Kit? Yeah, I wouldn't mind pulling a 1909 out of there. We have in the past pulled some Indian heads and some pretty decent coins, but I've not pulled a 1909. I don't know what I'd do if I did. Probably faint. And then y'all have to figure out how to remotely call 911 and have them get the old lady up off the floor. But we have found some interesting things from time to time. Oops, I forgot to check that 95 for a DDO. Oh, well, I'm not going back in the tank for it. 75 goes into compass. 78 goes into coppers. 2,000, nothing. Shield pennies. Oh, how I hate them, how I hate them, how I hate them. Shields and Zinkies in general. I got no use for that mess. Haven't found any Canadians yet so far in this box. I usually find at least one. They're getting a little harder to find. People in the States started saving them once Canada quit using pennies. And Americans are so stupid. I'm sorry, but we are. I have Canadian friends that work in retail settings, and they just round off now. They don't use pennies anymore. And Americans throwing conniption fits because they didn't get their 2 pennies back at the end of their transaction, and saying, well, you need to keep them in the drawer for us. Like we're so special that we need to try to force another country to make change to appease us. Come on, people. Oh, have mercy. Now it's not a bad 70. It's not like a super big deal down here in Virginia, but I guess it happens quite a bit with people that live like around Detroit and they go over to Windsor, because you just go across the bridge and you're in Canada. And I guess people are throwing a fit because they're not getting their pennies. But anyway, I have noticed that I get a lot less Canadian pennies in the rolls now. So I think the Americans are gathering them up, which I would be doing. I do the same. I never really kept Canadian pennies before, but I have a jar enough now that I'm going to have to go get an album for them. And when I move back to Michigan, I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for them in my change. One of the interesting things when I started metal detecting was the first silver coin that I found with my metal detector wasn't even an American coin. I was out in the middle of a field in rural Georgia, and I dug a silver Canadian dime. I don't know how in the world it got out in the middle of this farm field in South Georgia, almost into Florida, but it was a 1954 Canadian dime, which I still have. I put it in my ring tray with the rings that I found, just so I would know. All right, thank you, Ross. Feed them kitties. Yep, we got Kitty here. You don't feed him, he gonna let you know right away. Right now, he's in the bedroom because I had the electric blanket on last night, and I just put it on and got the bed warm and turned it off. Well, when I woke up this morning, I turned it back on because it was -7 outside, and I warmed the bed back up and stayed in it for another hour or two. So M3's in there soaking up the last of the warm from that, and then he'll come back out here because I got his heating box going. Those of you who watch his M3 short videos know what the heating box is. He loves that thing too. And that's his deal. I'm gonna pick these shields out of here because otherwise we'll never get through all these penny rolls. And I got some cookies I gotta bake. We have a little tray out in the lobby, and I put cookies out there periodically. I'm not putting them out today because, number one, it's outrageously cold, but there was a private party where some people that don't live here will be coming through, weather permitting. And the last time that happened, the people that didn't live here ate all the cookies that I made for the people that live here. So I decided, well, since they're all going to be parading through the lobby, I'm not putting the cookies out until after their event is over. And that may sound selfish, but I want the cookies to be for the residents, not everybody. Because if they would just take one cookie, that'd be one thing, but they don't. They'll clear the tray and the people that live here won't get anything. And since this is hey Marty, hi Wall Money, Yeah, this is a low income senior and disabled place. So when I put stuff out there, I really kind of want it to go to the people that live here who otherwise might not get anything like that. So, but later this afternoon, I'm going to bake some cookies, which will also warm the apartment up a little. Another copper. Making snickerdoodles. That's what I call them. I don't call them snickerdoodles. I call them snickerdoodles. Yesterday I called them sticker noodles by mistake. That was kind of funny. And my friend Sandy was cracking up. Sticker noodles. So yeah, we'll be making some cookies later. Warming the house up. Merry Christmas to everyone. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I get tired of people getting mad if I say happy holidays, but I say happy holidays because there's more than one holiday during this time period. And that's just all inclusive. That's not saying I'm trying to take Christ out of Christmas or anything. I'm just trying to cover all the holidays. I have friends that celebrate a whole lot of different things, like the 12 days of Christmas. People don't realize that's a real thing. And in fact, the last day, which is the Epiphany, is what the Amish call Old Christmas. I mean, this isn't just a thing made up by the 12 Days of Christmas song. I mean, there is a real religious basis, and a number of Christian groups celebrate the 12 Days of Christmas and the Epiphany, including the Lutheran Church. And my mother was Lutheran, so I got exposed to that when I was young. The Greek Orthodox, the Catholics, there's a lot of religions that still have a basis in what the Amish call Old Christmas. And during the 12 Days of Christmas thing and that I'm doing, I will be explaining some of those things on the different days. Try to educate some people. Yeah, at the end of this, I am going to have to dump this bucket because it is about to overflow onto the desk. We're not doing much with this world. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing, as the old song said. It was a song by Billy Preston called Nothing from Nothing Leaves Nothing. And I got a job one time through a temporary service, and it turned into a permanent job. So the first week that I got my paycheck from that company, it was for a partial week, and they had taken out, of course, your regular taxes and all that, but they had also taken out money for my uniforms. And when I got my check, it was for zero. There was no money on the check because it had all gone for taxes and my uniforms. And I was in the ladies' room, and I opened the check thinking I would at least have, $10 for gas for the next week. And there was zero. And rather than cry, I got a 63. Rather than cry, I just started singing Billy Preston's Nothing from Nothing Leaves Nothing. And all the ladies in the ladies' room cracked up. And they were like, well, you must have got something. No, I got zero, baby. I got zero. Nothing. And I had to go to my boss and say, look, I don't even have money for gas to get here next week. I was figuring I didn't realize you were going to take all the money from my uniforms out of one check. I thought you would take some out every week. So my brand new boss had to loan me $10 so I could put gas in my car, which back then that was enough to get me to and from work for the week. But I didn't think they would take it all out at once. I was still pretty young and naive, and I just it didn't occur to me that they were going to take every penny. I plan for things like that now, but when you're a college student, you don't think about that kind of stuff. But yep, nothing from nothing left nothing on that one. Oh yeah, I gotta dump this thing. Oh, let me find an empty box. I think that one's empty. Nope, that one's not empty. That one's full of pennies. Yeah, I have a bunch of these penny boxes sitting around here with pennies. And then I have jars full of coppers. And then I've got some bins with 82s. And there we go. Start another one. Oh, yeah, we're going to have fun finding a container big enough to put all those in. So we can guess how many we got. Shields. That's what you're hearing. You're hearing me pick the shields out. Get them out of here. Otherwise, we'll never get to the bottom of this box. Yeah, I've been kind of sad this week, too. If you watched my last stream, people that know me know I'm very involved in music. And one of my favorite drummers of all times passed away last week. And he's also a very talented artist in the style of Pablo Picasso. And a guy named Dino Danelli. Dino Danelli was the drummer for a band called the Young Rascals, who later became the Rascals. And also had a band with Stevie Van Zandt, who's from Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band. And anyway, Dino passed away last week, and I've been kind of watching a lot of Rascals and Young Rascals stuff. Then he had another band in the 70s that really wasn't a big band, but the more I listen to them, the more I like them. A band called Bulldog. So, yeah, I've been revisiting some old music that I haven't listened to for a while. Trying to get myself in a better frame of mind before I go into all these medical things. We're trying to get me moved in March if possible, but the financing of it is very difficult. You get caught in these catch-22 things where there are programs available, but because I am not already in Michigan, they won't let me apply for those programs until I move there. Well, I can't move until I get the money. They make it very difficult, but I somehow need to end up back at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. That's an interesting looking 62. It's kind of got that wood grain line. I'm going to set that aside so I can check the ones in my album. It's not that it has any high value in that aspect. It's just I have a couple of different sets of penny albums, and one is my original set from when I was a kid, which I don't really mess with that one too much. But then I have one set that belonged to my friend Tommy, who passed away a few years ago, and I've been trying to finish it off. And then I have another set that somebody sent me some empty books, and I'm going to start filling those, and those are going to be part of a future giveaway. So if I find an interesting looking penny, even though I'm pretty sure I already have that date in my set, I set them aside and try to provide the best ones I can for the giveaways and such. So, you know, this, I haven't mentioned this yet today, but we are 39 subbies away. Oh, there's a 68. I need to put that aside. That goes in the Doug bucket. Yeah, we are 39 away from 1,000 subbies. We still need the view time to get monetized, but I had hoped to make it to 1K by New Year's, and we're 39 away. I don't know how to go about getting there, but if y'all could help me, if I hit that by New Year's, there will be a special silver giveaway in January to celebrate the 1K. I will go into my personal collection for that. But yeah, being monetized, people say, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but it really is. And the reason it becomes a big deal is, number one, people can make donations in the stream, which help pay postage and things like that. And it also provides a little bit of money to pay for the postage and stuff on things. It means I can do better gifts, and I can upgrade equipment, like this poor microscope. I don't know if it's the scope or the stand. I mean, I've got the scope. You see that? That's because my microscope is taped to the mat. It won't suction to the mat anymore. And so it goes out of focus. And, you know, I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm on Social Security. So I can't just run down to the store and replace things, which that's what being monetized would allow me to do. I mean, people go, oh, well, it's only $25, $30 a month. Yeah. Hey, that's a lot of money for a little channel like this. So yeah, we need 39 more people. And you do have to be a subscriber to win the giveaways during the 12 days. So if you're not subscribed, you need to be. You need to support us a little bit, so that we can support you a little bit more. That's how it's got to work. Reciprocation. Oop, there's another one for Doug. Doug has offered to purchase all my 1968s at a little bit of profit to me, so that the channel makes some money. He collects the 68s. So I'm not putting them aside for him. I'm gonna keep leaning on my keyboard. Getting some weird things. Let me get that out of the way. 95. N-E-D-D-O-D-O-D-O. O-D-O-D-O-D-O-D-O. Nope. Looks pretty sanitary. 1999. Let's look for a wide AM. And then we'll go party with Prince. Nope. I don't want to go party with Prince because he gone now. Poor Prince. What in the world is that? That's a mess. That's what that is. Big old mess. Oh, it. Nothing there. 2 more in this row. We're not having very much luck. There's a 64. Yeah, I know I need that watch time. I've got a couple people that have been running my playlist overnight and trying to push my my watch time up. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm only halfway there on the watch time. But at this point, a lot of times once you hit the 1K, people will start watching more. You know, once they realize all you need is the rest of the watch hours, you can get a little bit more help. But for the sake of my giveaway, I just want to hit the 1K. You know, and then we'll work some more on the watch hours. But yeah, I know I'm short on watch hours. See, I had all this stuff. I was almost ready to monetize when I got sick last year and ended up in the hospital, and my channel went dormant. And when it went dormant, they started taking hours away. I was almost to my 4,000, and they knocked me back down to like I only had 1,200 hours. I mean, they killed me. And I had 980 something people, and all of a sudden I was back down to 700. So I mean, they just decimated my channel while I was sick, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. So except try to build it back up. And I've been working now for a year almost trying to build it back up. I mean, just to show you, I had a big giveaway when I hit 666. I had this big giveaway called The Devil Made Me Do It. And that was way back, I believe, in 2019 or 2020. And so I had progressed that far, and then it pretty much all got taken away. So I've had to try and work my way back up. And if I can't make it completely to monetization by my birthday, I have to no longer do giveaways because I just can't afford it. I can't. I'm an old lady on social insecurity. You know, I like doing it, but I don't have the ability to finance it without some kind of donations. I'm a little behind on the move, but I've got a couple things I'm working on. What put me behind was I had all that stuff that was supposed to be getting sold at the craft thing, and then instead of going to the big craft shows and making that money, I ended up over in the hospital with influenza A, and I did not get over it as quickly as they anticipated. So I missed 3 big craft shows, and so that put me a little off track, but I'm still, I think we can still make it happen. I do have one person that has pledged that when I get the move money and actually get the apartment, that person will pay for the truck and the gas to move all my things to Michigan. So that, that is, once I can show, okay, here we've got the apartment lined up, then that part of the expenses will be cared for, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing, because that's a bit expensive. But yeah, I got off track because of that. But over this holiday, Robert! Hey, Robert! How's your leg doing, baby? I know you're itching to get back out there and detect. This is my, did you get your Christmas card, Robert? I hope it got there. Yeah, I imagine it is still dark in California. Yeah, I actually looked to see what the temperature was in California this morning, when it was -7 here, and it was like 40 something. Okay, yeah, I got his card. Good. And we're just clearing some pennies off my desk here so I can get ready for my 12 days of Christmas gift away. I can't do it with all this stuff laying all over the desk, so gotta finish this penny box here. Not stirring up a whole lot of stuff, but we're just sitting around talking. I'm gonna have to get me some coffee here in a minute. I think I'm gonna have one of those. I got some fancy Starbucks iced mocha coffees. I think that's what I'm gonna have this morning. It sounds good. Even as cold as it is, that still sounds good. Oh my gosh, it is so cold here. I cannot believe it. I don't think there'll be, I think this is going to be a slow weekend for metal detectors around the country. It is cold everywhere. But I'm sure there'll be some brave ones that'll be out there anyway. But it's not going to be me, because our ground is frozen. Frozen. Like I said, when I got up this morning at 7 a.m., it was -7 degrees with a wind chill factor of -23. I'm like, oh, I don't think so. Let's turn the electric blanket back on and stay in here for a little while. And when I turned it off, the cat is still in there. All right, I'll be right back with another roll. I got to get a drink. Whee! Oh. Alrighty, we're back. Oh my goodness. I am gonna, I got gifted a little bitty ham. I've never seen a ham this small. And I'm gonna have a ham for Christmas. It looks good. Came with its own pineapple slices and everything. But it's so tiny. I mean, it's perfect for my house, but it's like a little bit smaller than a football. So that's what I'm having. And I was also gifted 2 great big ribeye steaks. So I gave one to my sister and her husband because, I mean, it's so big. Robert has a video that he put up not too long ago where he was in a restaurant with his family, and they brought this piece of meat out there that was like, looked like half the cow on the plate. And that's about how big that steak was that I gave to my sister. So I'm sure they will get a full meal out of that. But oh man, that meat looked good, Robert. I was watching that video and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, that food looked so good. I hope it was as good as it looked on screen. Oh, I do too. I love ribeyes, and that's why my friend gave me those. But they gave me these two absolutely huge ones. And I know my sister and her husband, they can't really afford stuff like that either. So I, along with their gift, I gave them that. And I know my brother-in-law will appreciate it a lot. No, there's actually 7 people in the room, Robert. But I have a lot of people that multitask. They'll be in here and they'll be moderating on another channel. I got one that's like, she'll be in here and she's got a grandbaby that she's taking care of. So I have a lot of lurkers that just don't, unless something. Now, if I said giveaway in 5 minutes, all of a sudden they'll start talking. Maybe that's what I need to do. Oh, yeah. Let's turn on the bot. Let's turn on the bot. And because I haven't done a gift away yet. So we'll see how many of them wake up when that happens. Excuse me. Yeah, I haven't fired a bot yet, too. So that's another thing. I haven't done a live stream for a while because of being sick. Yeah, it's been bad. That influenza A. I haven't had COVID, so I don't know how bad COVID is. But I'm gonna tell you what, that influenza A, that stuff no fun. I seriously, when I finally broke down and called the ambulance, I had already talked to my nurse, and I thought I was going to die. I couldn't breathe at all, and my oxygen levels were way down. Yeah, I am streaming on 2 channels. I'm streaming on my jewelry channel and my coin and metal detecting channel. And the reason I'm doing that today is because there's a lot of information in this stream about the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway, and I am including my jewelry channel in that this year because I'm going to give away some of the product from that channel. So, and I'm trying to learn about the multi-stream channeling, or streaming, so I thought this would be a good way to try it out, see if I'm doing it where it's working right before tomorrow when the actual giveaway begins. So I'm experimenting. And I don't have that many people on my jewelry channel. I think I only have about 60 subs on there. So that's a good way to try it out, because I have not done the simulcast before. So we'll see how it works. Okay, I have the bot running now. I'm going to pick something out to give away here in a few minutes. So in order to be included in that, you will need to post something into stream within the next 15 minutes or so that the bot picks you up. And then I will be copying all the names from the bot. And I think we might have a duck race or something have a question. I asked this question once before in the stream, but I'm going to ask it again, just because there's different people in here. I have an item that I don't use. It's like a 30-something dollar item. It's not, not a piece of junk. I used it 2 or 3 times, but I have one that I like better. And I'm just curious if it would be offensive to give away a used item. And what this used item is, it is a Garrett digger for metal detecting. And it's got a little bit of the paint has come off the tip of it because I did use it a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's a very nice digging tool, except that it has chipped paint. So I'm just curious as to what people's opinions are about me giving away something that is slightly used, but it's still, if you wanted to go buy one, you'd spend over $30 for it, I think. So let me know your opinion on that, because it may end up going in the gift away. I have 2 other digging tools, one of which is a little bit lighter weight, and I like the feel of it in my hand a little better. But there's nothing wrong with this tool. Second luckiest. As opposed to, who do you think is the luckiest? I kind of know who the luckiest person on my channel has been over the last couple of years, but get these shields out of here again. Another roll, another pile of junk. Get out of my way. Yeah. Shield, no deal. AZ, morning. Oh, and I don't think I said hi to Mike either. Hi, Mike. I knew he was hanging out. Let me see how many people the Nightbot has picked up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we might have lost Robert. He probably stumbled off looking for some coffee. I mean, it's early where Robert is. He's out in California, so he's excused. I think he just mostly checked in to tell me he got his Christmas card. Those of you who are not metal detecting people, Robert Ferguson is one of my favorite channels for beach metal detecting. And I've been missing seeing him. He injured his knee, and so he hasn't been doing any detecting videos lately. He also does some gold prospecting, and when he can't do either one of those, he's down at the casino showing us how to beat the slot machines. So, but I enjoy his channel, but he lives out in California, so it's pretty early. There he is. I knew you were going to go get some coffee. Yeah, I figured Robert was about due for some coffee. I know I would be if I was in California. It's pretty early there. Heck, it's pretty early here for me. I'm not a morning person, and they make me get up every morning at 6 o'clock for medicine. Oh, and I just hate it because I'm not a morning person. Oh, my goodness. Let me see how many people we got. We got 6 on the bot. I wonder why it's not picking Robert up. Because I know he's here. Mods, regulars. It may be lagging a little. That's one thing I have noticed is that the bot has a little bit of a lag. Ooh, Ross, send that whites over to me. Yeah. So far, we haven't had a power outage yet, but I'm ready if we do. I've got a solar powered charger that I can keep my phone charged with, and my phone's fully charged, and I got battery, weather radio, regular radio. I got pretty much everything I need. So I got plenty of food that doesn't have to be cooked. So if it does go out, you know, and I got plenty of blankets and all that stuff. So I'm ready just in case. And it probably will at some point this weekend go out because Appalachian Power, I don't think they have upgraded any of their equipment since the Great Depression when it was installed. So yeah, sometimes you just burp and the power goes out around here. I'm more concerned about the internet going out because I don't have cable. I only have internet, so anything that I watch, I'm live streaming it. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this morning, in case the power does go out. At least I have gotten some of it done. I can't see. Can't see that one. Oh well. Set that aside. Move along, little doggy. Now it says there's 10 people. See, as soon as I said we were going to do a contest in about 15 minutes, people started showing up. Yep. We're going to do one when we get to the end of this roll of pennies. Oops, that went in the wrong tub. Yeah, I'm itching to get out detecting, and I finally started feeling well enough to do it. Went a couple times, and then our weather went to heck, and then I got the influenza A and ended up in the hospital. I am jonesing to go detecting, but not today, -7. But yeah, I really want to go detecting. I miss it. That's it's kind of like yoga for me. I get out and I don't sit here and worry about whatever the doctors want to tell me, and I don't worry about the bill collector on the phone going, "We need you to send us money." Yeah, well, honey, if you find some source of money for me to send to you, I'll be happy to do that. So yeah, I've been wanting to go because I had a good time the last time I went with my friend Tony. We went over to North Carolina, and so that's when I found that inside of that old pocket watch, and I kind of wanted to go back to that same place to hunt some more because that was a big place. And I didn't even cover, you know, just a tiny little section of it. Yeah, I know I got to run the bot on both channels. But Robert, I knew which channel Robert was on, so it didn't matter. I can tell who's on what channel. But there are some things I wish they would upgrade on StreamYard, and that's one of them. When a lot of it has to do with the simulcasting. Wish they would make some changes. but I can tell how many total I have through StreamYard. So I know how many names I'm looking for on there. And in StreamYard, I will just, at the end, before I do the contest, say, if you don't hear your name, post something to me, and then I can fill in the blanks. I don't have like 100 people, so it's not like it's going to be hard for me to fill them in at this point. Later on, it could be an issue if I ever get my channel like Mr. Ferguson with his 30,000 people. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? But for now, I can manage it. I think the most people I've ever had in my stream at one time, I think I had 160 something people the night I did the 666 Devil Made Me Do It giveaway. I had a lot of people that night. Nothing there. Well, see, that's why I'm not going to be using the bot during the 12 days of Christmas. That's why I went with comment video, because I am doing it multi-channel, but they can all go to the same video and make a comment. So that was one of the reasons I changed it this year. Just making things simpler for me. Yeah. I actually started a collection of pull tabs, different styles, and finding what ones came out in what years and that kind of stuff. That made it a little less annoying to find them, you know, when you start looking for certain ones. You know? But yeah, those are not my favorite things to find. But I've kind of learned now what they sound like. I still dig them though, because I'm kind of one of those, I still like to dig everything, because a couple of times I have dug signals that I said, this is just going to be trash, blah, blah, blah. And it turned out to be something really interesting. Like when I found the guts of that old pocket watch. It rang up like it was going to be CanSlaw. And there's no aluminum anywhere on that thing. I don't know why it rang up the way it did. But my attitude was, I was in a kid's playground, and I said, well, if it is CanSlaw, I want to get it out of here. I don't want a kid getting hurt on it. So I went ahead and dug it up, and it was something completely different. So, and I think part of my attitude like that is I started out, when I got back into it, I started out with a $50, $60 bounty hunter gold digger detector that my sister gave me. And the gold digger does not have VDI numbers. It just has a gauge. And so you can't go by the numbers, and the gauge is pretty useless. So you basically, if it makes a noise, you dig it up. And I found my first gold ring with that $45 detector that I just dug it by the sound. And so I kind of still like to just dig everything, because I started out, I was just a jewelry and coin hunter. And I'm wondering how many relics, really cool relics, I overlooked, because I tried to like block out pull tabs. The Patreon drawing, I am probably going to do the December drawing on January the 6th when I'm doing the Epiphany grand finale of the 12 Days of Christmas. So if you are not one of my Patreon sponsors, you have until January the 6th to become one, and you can sponsor the channel for $2.96 a month, which is less than a beer or a Starbucks coffee. And every month on the Patreon drawing, I give away a piece of silver. It may not be a huge piece of silver, but it's worth more than the $2.96 that you're paying as a sponsor. So I have lost my coffee. What did you do with your coffee, Suze? I took 2 swallows out of it and sat it down somewhere, and now I can't find it. Oh, we're not doing anything till I find my coffee. Ah, coffee! Where is it? It's not there. It's not there. M3? I am. Emmy's down there by his heating box. I think he hid my coffee. I do. I think he hid it from me because I can't find it. Well, you little dirty rascal. You rascal. What'd you do with Mama coffees? Well, I can't find it. Oh, well. It was fun while it lasted. Let's get back to my pennies. Hi. I got all the shields out. 1990. Look for a wide AM. Not there. Oh boy, everybody wake up. Everybody wake up. It's game time. We got a weeder. How this game is going to play. This is the reverse. We are going to guess the year of this Wheatie. The closest without going over will win either any treasure that comes out of the next roll of pennies. And if there's no treasure in there, we will make a pull out of the orange box full of stuff. And you will win whatever we pull out of there. So, while everybody's making their guesses here as to what the date you think is on this penny, based on what the reverse looks like, I'm going to hunt for my coffee. Oh my gosh. How did I lose my coffee? Emmy, do you have Mama's coffee? No? You don't have it? Okay. This is like one of those Where's Waldo things. I found it. Yay. Oh, goodness gracious me. John Southern Exposure, welcome. We are making a guess as to what the date on this wheat penny on the screen is based upon the condition of the reverse. Oh, that's good stuff. The M3's over here. He's got his feet under the heater. It's one of those radiator kind. If you've seen any of his videos, you've seen it referred to as the heating box. He likes his little heating box. He's over there toasting his toes. He's a funny cat. Funny cat. Okay, John says 58. Ross 47. Mike 54. Kit coins 40, jackalope 51. Anybody else want in before we reveal the deal? Alrighty, we got 7 people in here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have made a guess. Hi, Mitchell. Welcome. Make a quick guess what you think the date on this penny is based on what the reverse looks like. Closest without going over will get any treasure out of the next roll or a pull out of the reject box over there. It's got a bunch of coins in it. Some of them are better than others. Alrighty, we're about ready to do the reveal deal. I check my night bot. The night bot reset itself. I hate it when it does that. I don't know why it does it, so we're gonna have to restart it for the next game. So make sure you post something in the stream. Stuff's acting a fool here. All right, let's flipper and dipper. See what we got. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. 47. Okay, Mitchell, you're over. Jackalope, you're over. Kit's at 40. Oh, look here at Ross. 47D. Right on the freaking penny, just like it's written. We have a winner. Woohoo! Looky there. Way to go. Very nice. Very nice. All right. So whatever comes up in the next roll, I got to finish this roll first, but whatever comes out of the next roll, if there's any goodies in there, they belong to Ross. So let's hurry up and finish this stuff so we can get to Ross's roll. 82 for that bucket. Congrats, Ross. That was very, very good guess, man. Right on it. Nice. We got a close AM happening. Nothing happening there. I should put my glove back on. My nails always look bad, and it's partially because of being sick, but a lot of it is because I do a lot of crafts and I always have paint and dirt. And 64. And I am not one of those people that spends a bunch of money going down getting their nails done. I go out and dig in the dirt for fun, so why would I waste $40 getting my nails done? So, yeah, Ross, you're going to need to send me an address because you're going to get a prize. Regardless, you will get something. So you need to email me your mailing information. I usually mail my prizes out around the 5th of the month, but because we'll be right in the middle of the gift away, then they probably won't go out until around the 11th or so. But don't forget, because if you forget and I don't have address after 5 days, the prizes go back into the pot. I do usually go and try to find everybody, give them a chance, because I know people forget. I forget. But if they sit on my desk longer than a couple of weeks, I put them back in the giveaways, because once I have gone out and tried to hunt you down and you don't respond, then I'm like, okay, they just don't want it or whatever, and I pass it along to somebody else. We're pretty informal here at OohSusieQue's house. Crazy, but I don't do it to be a mean person, but I only have so much room. I can only keep things for so long, and So that's my rule, is if you haven't claimed it within 5 days, then I usually post something on my community tab and give you another 5 days. And then I send a couple of mods out to look for you with a lasso. And if I still don't find you, then I give your prize to somebody else. Coppers. Yeah, I got all these coppers I got to go back through too. I got to isolate a couple of dates that people want. All right, we're getting ready to open Ross's roll. We got 2 more to look at here. And then we'll open Ross's roll, see if there's any goodies in there for him. All right, here we go. There was a mod here earlier. There was a couple of them. And I know Mark Thomas has been in and out. He's a mod. I got a couple mods that are out sick, and a couple that are traveling right now. So they've been like in and out. So just because you're not seeing them doesn't mean they're not here. Like, I've got a couple of mods that just, that they lurk because they're actually modding in multiple channels. Oh, excuse me. All right, so this is Ross's roll, and I'm going to even do the slide the shields through just so you can see I'm not skipping over any. Mike the Greek. That's my bodyguard. Okay, looking for a white AM. Nothing there. Come on, let's find something good for Ross. We need a treasure for Ross. Oops. 2017 P's are interesting because they are the only penny with a P mint mark on them. But they're very common, so I don't really give them specialized treatment because the U.S. Mint didn't. I think they missed the boat on that. They should have made a big deal out of it. The reason that they did was to celebrate the anniversary of the Philadelphia Mint, and then they made no announcement, did nothing. They just put the penny out there. And so, well, there's a 74. Nothing real exciting about it except it's copper. But I held it back in case Ross wants it. Anything I think is remotely interesting, I'll hold it back and we'll let Ross decide if he wants it or not. Because I'm going to have to send him something anyway. So if there's something there he wants, we will certainly make sure he gets it. Certainly. Yeah, it'd be nice to get 10 Wheaties, wouldn't it? I did this once, and somebody got like 3 Wheaties or something, and one of them was a San Francisco, so it was interesting. Come on, we need something for Ross. No white AM, but we looked. Come on. Get these shields out of my way. Looking for a DDO. B-O. I don't see one. Come on now, honey. Show us the good monies. We want the good monies. Looking for a wide AM. Nope. 79 is mighty fine, but that's not what we want. Copper in the hopper. 93. D. 99. Looking for the wide AM. 94. Nothing. Come on. We gotta get something in here for Ross. These is icky. We want the goodies. This is not looking good. It's not looking good. I haven't even found a 84 to look at yet. Look at the texture of this penny. Kind of reminds me of a popcorn ceiling. I don't know if you know what popcorn ceilings are, but thank you, Ross. Oh man, we're down to only like about 12 pennies left. It's not looking good. Something, anything. Anything. Ugh, that doesn't look good. 82. Oh no, they only got 4 left. And the last one. Nada. Okay, so here's our options. Well, we don't really have a lot of options, truthfully. I don't know what all these are. I just found a whole bunch of coins here on my desk. I'm not sure what they are. They're weird. I spilled them out of something, I guess. Trying to get to the deal here. Ow! I just scratched myself. Hope I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get a Band-Aid. I have to take blood thinners, and they caused me some problems. And I just scratched myself. All right. So let me run get a Band-Aid, and then we'll come back and we'll pull a coin out for Ross out of the box there and get him set up with a prize. But let me get a Band-Aid real quick. Yeah, this getting old thing stinks. There's Mark Thomas. I knew he was lurking around somewhere. And let me bandage me up real quick here, and then we'll get Ross lined up with his prize. Oh my. Yeah, there's a standing joke in my family. ever since I had to start taking these blood thinners, and I wound it so easily. My brother threatened to send me a big roll of bubble wrap for Christmas so I could just wrap myself up in bubble wrap and avoid injury. All right, so I got a box here. It's got a whole bunch of coins in it, and we're just gonna pull something out of there for Ross, and then I'm gonna add an OohSusieQue 96 channel sticker to that. All right, well, I pulled two out at the same time, so Ross is gonna get. Oh, Ross, do you want either this 70 or 74 copper? Those were the best thing in your roll. My little envelope here to put Ross's goodies in. Yes. I can make a mess faster than anybody I know. There we go. Okay, Ross wants the 70, so we'll put the 70 in. Sometimes you just need one of those for a space in your album or sentimental reason. Okay, that's the 74. That goes in there. This goes in here. And out of my magic box of tricks, we got a 2021 Crossing the Delaware. As you can see, this one's pretty pristine. I don't think it got circulated much. It's tidy. And we also got you an uncirculated 2010 Shield penny. Came from the box. And I'm going to throw in, since I have a few extras of these, a 2022P Wilma Man Killer quarter from the women's series. So that's Ross's prize for guessing right on the nose the date of our wheat penny that we found. So that little packet's going out to Ross. Like I said, it'll probably be around the 11th or so of January before these go out, because I'm going to wait until after we have completed the big gift away. Oh, that pen's out of ink. Of course. Every darn time. I should have told somebody I wanted pens for Christmas. Let's get this marked. All right, we got you all packaged up, got you in the gift bin, ready to mail out. All right, thank you for playing. Let's open some more pennies. I've still got about 10 rolls left in this box, and I have to finish them up today. I don't have to finish them all up in this series, but they need to be, I got to finish them up today because I got to clear my desk for what's starting tomorrow. So, all righty. Next roll. Get that done. Put my glove back on. Do my worst imitation of Michael Jackson with one glove. I think the funniest imitation of Michael Jackson with one glove was when Frank Zappa went on stage with an oven mitt on his head, poking fun at Michael Jackson and his one glove. That was funny. All right, next roll. Now I'm going back to picking the shields out because they just take too long. But I looked at all of them on Ross's roll just so everybody would know there was no hanky-panky going on. Nothing up my sleeves because I don't have any sleeves. There's a copper. And there's a junker. Oh, gotta put the cheat sheet back down here. You'd think as many of these things as I've done, I wouldn't have to have a cheat sheet anymore. But funny thing, when you get old and there's a lot of different things in here you're trying to look for, having that little reminder sheet never hurts. Because sometimes I'll forget to look at something and then go, oh, I should have searched that for this or whatever. I mess up. It happens. I'm human. Shield. Shield, no yield. 80 slick. Nada. More shield, no yield. Yunk. Yunk. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier if you just pick all the ones that you know there's very little chance there's going to be anything good. And I kind of glance at them again as I roll them up. Unfortunately, my bank does not have any way for me to cash them in without rolling them. And this is a small town, so I do have to take my things back to the same bank that I get them from. But they know what I do, and so I mark my rolls. So when I go to get the next ones, they make sure they don't give me any rolls that have my mark on them. So I got some with somebody else's marks on them once. So now I always make sure I don't get anything that are marked. But yeah, I have to roll them all back up. So that's why we're going to have that little game where we're going to guess how many I got to roll back up. And our local Coinstar machine does not offer us as one of its options for the gift cards. It does not offer Amazon. It only offers our local movie theater and Applebee's and a couple other places. And I don't go to those places, so I can't use that either. So I just got to sit here and roll them up. Roll them, roll them, roll them. We're about ready to have a roll-a-thon. Usually I just sit and watch TV and roll them up. So I'll find a parade or something online. Try to find the Detroit Christmas parade or something and roll pennies. But first, I gotta take the pictures and do the video so we can guess how many there are. And then I gotta roll them all up so we know who wins. Doobie doobie doo, look for the white AM. Nope. Nada. Nada. Surprised I haven't found, well, I found that one 2009, but it was butchered. Copper. Really haven't been finding a whole lot. We did get one Wheatie, though, so far. Oh, it's okay. Everybody spells it. I used to spell it with a Z, Ross. I used to spell it S-U-Z-Y for a while back in the 60s because here we go, Frank Zappa again. Frank Zappa had a character in one of his songs called Susie Cream Cheese, and it was spelled with a Z. So I did that for a while, but yeah, it gets spelled all different ways, and I've had my last name spelled all kinds of different ways too. So that kind of stuff, that don't bother me. As long as you call me for dinner, I don't care. how you spelled it. Hey, Scratch. Yeah, it's all rigged. Life is rigged. Yep, nothing there. I'm going to do probably 3 more rolls and then log off from this and go do some other things and come back later tonight. Well, there's probably not going to be too many people watching because everybody's going to be doing their Christmas Eve thingies. And I can't obviously go anywhere, so. Yeah, right. Mark has spelled my name probably 15 different ways. As long as I get the message, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, later on, I got to go get M3's Christmas gifts. I had to sequester his gifts. He got a package. I'm not sure who it's from because it's came from Amazon. And I know what's in it because I opened it, and it's got a new catnip banana in it. Well, if I had tried to put that out here, he would have had that ripped open. So he's got his presents are hidden in the closet because he'll have them all ripped open. I know catnip is involved and treats and that sort of thing. And I opened that envelope and I saw what it was. So I put it in the closet, and I guess just me touching it, it had the smell of the catnip on it. And he about licked the skin off of my hand. So I know he would have that thing ripped open. So all of his things are in the closet. He got a bag of kitty food, and he got a thing that I think has treats in it or catnip toy or something. He's got more gifts than I do. He's a little stinker. He's become a semi-celebrity. He's actually got a little short video that's got over 1,000 views on it. I don't think I have anything with 1,000 views, but M3 does. He's a stinker. Yeah, he's a pretty good cat. He's a big cat. He weighs a little over 15 pounds. He's huge. He's a pretty good boy, though. I actually got him in Michigan, and he was a son. My doctor told me I should get another cat, so when he got abandoned on my friend's farm, I ended up with him, and he was designated by my doctor as an emotional support animal, which really people abuse the snot out of that. It makes me angry. But by him having that designation, I don't have to pay a pet deposit to have him, and places cannot refuse to let me have an emotional support animal. And truly, there have been times where I didn't want to get up. I just wanted to, I've been so sick that I just didn't want to do anything. But because he is here, I know I got to take care of him, so that keeps me going, and I got to get up and feed him and love him and let him be mean to me. This is not my house anymore. This is his house. I just run the place for him. But yeah, he's got a number of things. Great big bag of Rachel Ray kitty food. He's got him a stash in there, but I had to hide them all because he'd have them all ripped open. The very first one of those catnip bananas that he got, Archaeology Mikey sent it to him, and there's a video on my channel of him opening that package. And so every year now he ends up getting a catnip banana. He also has a catnip carrot, which that's his Garrett carrot that he got after he was found sleeping in the metal detector bag. He plays with the carrot, but he likes the banana ones better. So yeah, he annually now gets a catnip banana. So there will no doubt be some video of him opening his gifts because I don't have much to open. I got something from my sister and something from the lady that comes and helps me with my household stuff because of my illnesses. But that's it. I don't have. My brother, he made a contribution to my moving fund, so that was a nice gift. And I have my cookies that I got from my friends in North Carolina. And I've already opened those. I mean, you just gotta. Sometimes, I mean, they're there. You just gotta. So there won't be a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That 47 was in pretty good shape. No, he doesn't have a tag. He never goes outside, for one thing. But they don't issue. It's really weird. They don't issue tags where I live. He always had to have one before. But here they just issue you a piece of paper. And I'm like, well, what if he gets out? A piece of paper is not going to help. But he doesn't like wearing a collar, and he's ripped 3 or 4 of them up. But I'm going to try and get him another one. I saw one that he might not mess with. And I'm going to get him just an identification tag. He's got a microchip. So, but yeah, I thought about that. If he had a metal tag, I could beep him with the real carrot. But, yeah, I don't understand how they do stuff here. This is the strangest place I have ever lived. And it's funny because the people that have lived here their whole lives think it's, they think it's modern and progressive. And this place is like 15 years behind anywhere I've ever lived in my life. What is that? Is that a D? Yeah, I think it's a D. And these people are they don't understand that this is not how the rest of the world lives. Gosh. Like we have a bus, a little bus that goes around town. I mean, when I say around town, it will not cross the city limit line into the county, even for 1 block. But it starts running. Now, we have a furniture factory here. The shifts are like 7 to 3 and then 4 to 12. Our bus doesn't start running until 8 a.m. So nobody that works at the furniture factory can use it. And the last route around, the last little circle around town starts at 3. So it would get back to my apartment complex at like 3:20. So, and that's Monday through Friday. Saturday it runs like maybe 4 times, except it's not running this week for Christmas. And it doesn't run on Sunday. So it's fundamentally useless. Like you can't, if you've got a 1 o'clock doctor's appointment, you don't want to take that bus because it's always running, doctor's offices are always running a little bit late. And so you won't make that last bus home. You'll be stranded in your doctor's office. You can't use it to go to work. And there's no real set routes. They have like 2 or 3 places that they stop. They stop at this one grocery store and they stop at the Walmart. But other than that, you get on the bus and you just tell them where you want to go. And as the driver, oops, there's a little M3 hair on that one. As the driver chooses, he just randomly drives around like he's following a Crayola marker that some little kid scribbled on a map with. There's no rhyme or reason. I live right behind Walmart, and it can take me 45 minutes to get there. Yeah. It is the worst. And we do not have Uber or Lyft or any kind of taxi. So that's pretty much your transportation, that crazy bus. And these people don't understand that there's a better way to do this. Oh, when I go to the doctor, I mean, we have a hospital, and I've been in it. You don't want to go to the ER unless you know for sure they're going to admit you, because the ER is terrible. The regular hospital part's not too bad, but they don't have any kind of specialist for anything, so you better not get any kind of real sickness, or you're going to be in a medical transport being riding to Roanoke and back. That's one of the reasons I have to move. There's just no medical care for the things I have. It's just a very poorly executed system of running a... This is not a state, by the way. I don't know if y'all know that. Virginia will get very mad at you if you call this the state of Virginia. This is a commonwealth. And boy, they will not let you forget it if you say state of Virginia. Woo! Moisey. Yeah, anyway, I'm not too popular because I don't like this place. And I've been known to discuss some of its pitfalls. And one of the big ones is that the two biggest problems are transportation, and not just in this area. Statewide transportation is not good. Transportation and medical in the Commonwealth of Virginia, unless you are up by Washington, D.C., where the really rich people live, this is not one of the best places you want to be. In fact, I watched a video on YouTube the other day called The 10 Worst Small Towns in Virginia to Live. There's this guy, I think his name is Nick Johnson, that makes these videos about different states and places that you would or would not want to live in. And I was watching that top 10 worst small Virginia towns to live in. And number 4 on the list was Galax, where I live. And it rhymes with X-Lax for a reason. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to get out of here. Even though I'm having to leave because of medical, I would have left anyway. Yeah, the medical situation just makes it more important to escape. Like the biggest thing to argue over right now, we have very few businesses here that really employ a lot of people. I think Walmart and the furniture factory are the biggest. Well, right now everybody's arguing over what businesses should move in here. And the last thing we really need is more low dollar, low employee fast food places. We got a ton of them. Half of them can't even sustain themselves because we have too many. So everybody's all excited now because we got a Papa John's pizza. Well, we just got a Domino's pizza. We've got 2 or 3 local pizza places. How many pizza places can a town with 6,000 people sustain? We don't need another pizza place. The 2 things we don't need we don't need more pizza, and we don't need more Mexican food. Now, I love Mexican food, but we have plenty. We have Taco Bell, which is not really Mexican food. And then we have several legitimate Mexican restaurants because we do have a bit of a Mexican population. But we don't need more of that. We need some places that, you know, will actually sustain some full-time employment for some people. Why everybody's so excited over Papa John's? It's not even that great. I mean, it's edible. But so is every other pizza place in town except possibly Domino's. Oh, and we have a Pizza Hut. We have, you know, we got plenty of pizza places. I don't know why everybody's getting so excited over this Papa John's thing. They're all arguing over it. And I'm like, oh, please, let me out of here. Uh-oh. That one went way down behind the desk. I probably got $100 behind this desk. We pull it out once a year and get all the coins out from back there. We're about due to do a search and rescue on this place again. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot about the bot. We still got that bot running to collect names for the race. Let me get to the end of this roll here, and we'll check up on the bot. If you haven't posted in the last 15 minutes, get your name on there. It says there's 9 folks hanging around in here. Oh, excuse me. And the bot says there's nobody in here. So the bot keeps shutting off. I don't know why it keeps shutting off. Okay. It flipped itself back over. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, there's James Elder. All right, I got it going again. So let's everybody get posted. We're gonna race some ducks. I gotta find a prize. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants today. Like I said, I'm gonna do one more roll after this and then go off for a while, and I'll come back in a little while and finish up these pennies so I can do the box roundup and get this off my desk so we can get ready for tomorrow's beginning of the big giveaway. I think this will be the 3rd annual 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. That's an odd looking thing. Shelby, hi. Hi, Phil. How you doing, honey? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. I'm so glad to be back on. I like doing my streams, and I hate being sick where I can't sit at the computer. It helps me not focus on the negative when I get on here, you know. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and do this last roll, and then we'll do we'll make it an end of stream giveaway. So let's go ahead and open this last rascal up, get it out of the system here. And then, yeah, actually one of the things, I gotta make cookies, and I've got to make up the packages for the giveaway. I've got the stuff, I just gotta, the presentation is not ready yet. So got things to do. 9:22 for the close AM. Not there. I got to find a big container. Oh, 62D. To put all these loose pennies in so we can 63D in the copper. Yeah, I gotta find a great big container so we can have the guessing game on how many pennies I gotta roll up. And I'm gonna have to do it in kind of a odd way because I still have to keep my coppers and my 82s separate. So I'll be putting them in plastic bags and then putting them in the big container with all the rest of the loose ones. And then y'all get to guess how many pennies you think are in there. And then I got to roll them all up. And we'll see who wins. It's probably, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to give away, but it's probably going to be a silver round of some sort. It will be silver. Because that's going to be a hard one to win. And that's going to be one of those closest without going over deals. So I know there's a bunch of pennies. Boxes of pennies. That's why I said I got to find a big clear container. So you can see how many there are and try and guess how long. I have to change that. James, you win all the time. I think I have an envelope down there for you right now, or either that or I just sent you one. I just sent out quite a few, actually. Like I said, the next mail out will not happen until after we complete the 12 days of Christmas, because that way I'm not sending multiple envelopes to the same people. And thanks to Daniel Lauren, we'll be able to get some sent out. The Laurens sent a donation to help pay the postage on all of this 12 days of Christmas gift away, which was a very, very thoughtful thing to do, because it does get expensive to mail out 15, 20, 25 packages. You know, I know it says 12 days of Christmas, but there's usually more than one winner on each day. So last year it cost almost $400 to send out everything by the time it was all said and done. It was insane. Absolutely insane. It took me almost 3 months to get everything set out. Everybody did eventually get their stuff, but it took me a long time. And of course, I was sick too, so I wasn't moving particularly fast. I think a couple people may have actually had Christmas in July. It was sad. But everybody got their stuff, except Les likes coins over in England. And so now I don't send to England anymore, because we tried twice, 2 or 3 times to send his, and the customs people just kept sending it back. And so every time they would do that, I would lose the postage on that one. So he finally gave his prize away to somebody else. It was awful. I felt so bad. Okay. 94. Nothing there. A few more to go, and then we'll do the end of stream. And then I got to turn the heat off. It's actually starting to get warm in here. Well, I'm sitting right under. The way they have the heat in these places is really weird, and I'm sitting right under the heat vent. Our heat vents are not in the floor, they're up at the top. And they have a little thing that goes up and down that's supposed to circulate the heat, but it really doesn't. It's just blowing it at the top of my head. Looking for DVO, which we did not get, of course. Another 82. Yeah, I have a whole thing of 82s I got to go through. Big, little, yada, yada, yada. Copper in the hopper. And 87. Whoop. Just dropped the shield. No big loss there. 80 something something. 89. 72D in the copper. And the last one was a shield. All right. Let's see where we're at. Okay, first I gotta figure out what I'm gonna give away. It would help to have a prize. Let's see what I got here. These are mostly my personal coins that I have not put in my box yet. Yeah, a lot of these are car wash mines that I want to keep for a while. And my Mexican coins, I don't save a lot of foreign. I have some German and some Mexico. Okay. I think I found something. I think I found us something to give away here. But it won't be this. I'm going to show you this, though. This is the coin that caused me to start collecting pennies back when I was a teenager. I worked at Winn-Dixie grocery store, and it was 1967. And I got this in my till from a lady that was paying for her groceries. And I asked my boss if I could buy it out of my till. And he started letting me buy coins out of my till. But this was my very first Indian head penny. And I still have it. It's 1863. And that was what got me into saving old coins. I still have it. Pretty amazing, huh? Because the rest of my coin collection, except for my 2 penny albums, got stolen by a drug addict when I was in college, and she spent it to buy drugs with. Okay, so here's what we're going for, folks. We're going to have a little duck race. She ain't pretty, but it'll work. So it's still silver. It's a 1914 Barber dime. So this is what I'm going to be giving away here in just a minute or two. I will read you the list of names. Doggone it, it did it again. What is wrong with this stinking bot? It keeps shutting off. So I'm going to use something different from now on. This thing's not reliable anymore. I'm going to restart the bot completely from scratch. So maybe there's just something Maybe it doesn't like that I am simulcasting on channels. Well, I have it set up on the main channel because I don't know that I even have anybody watching through the jewelry channel, but we'll find that out before we. All right, I got everybody should be on the list. Now let's start again. Everybody post something in the live stream. Anything. Yeah, that bot's. But it's not supposed to. That's the thing. This bot that I'm using is not supposed to do that. And I've never had it do it like this before. I've had it just completely shut down once and had to reboot it. But I've never had it where it just keeps turning itself off. It's turning itself off like every 5 minutes. And it's not supposed to do that. So anyway, we are going for this Barber 1914 Barber dime. Get your name on the list now. Says there's only 6 people, but there may be a couple more over on the other channel. Now it says 7. And there's, okay, I'm going to tell you who's on the list so far. If you do not hear your name, type an X, the letter X into the stream, so I know that I did not get you. I have Kit Coins, Jackalope, Mike Shalise, Mike the Greek, Ross, and the Lucky James Eller. So if you did not hear your name, type an X in the stream so I can add you. So we can do this in the stream thing. Because it says there's 8 people, but there's only 6 on my list, so 2 of you are missing. So there you go. We got a couple more folks not turning up here. Get the duckies ready to go. All right, people. Now it says there's 9 in the stream, but there's only 6 on the bot. So 3 of you, I'm going to read the list again. If your name does not come up, type an X in the stream so I can add you. I have Kit Coins, Jackalope, Mike Shalise, Mike the Greek, Ross, and the Lucky James Eller. Mikey is on a train on his way to Maryland from Florida. So he may not have a signal. That's where Mikey is. And I know that because I did a special order for a gift for his grandfather through my jewelry channel. And I had to send it to Maryland. So he wanted to make sure it got there. So I didn't send it to him and then him have to carry it up. I just sent it straight up there. Yeah, I bet he has a cheeseburger. Probably so. I would imagine that there is probably cheeseburgers on the train. Yeah, I think they're taking the auto train. So I think that's what he told me.
He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Yeah, there you go. It's the Mikey. It still only says 6 people. And there's 9 in the stream, so 3 of you are not going to have a chance to win that Barbara dime unless you type an X in here real quick and I can put your name on the list. Wonder why Mike the Greek isn't showing up on the list. Yeah, okay, he's on there. All right. 3 people are just going to be SOL because I ain't waiting all day. Let me get these rascals that I got and get them over here in the ducking box. One more check. Yeah, Mark's probably doing something he's not supposed to be. Yeah, really, that's a good solid name there. Okay, well, those other 3 are just going to be out of luck. Now watch, as soon as I get this duck race set up, they'll show up. Share the duck. All right, I'm shutting. So they're going to be out of luck. There we go. We got us a duck race. I only got the 6 of you in there. The rest of them didn't answer. Yep. Well, they're out of luck now. The gates are closed. Oh, it only set for 10 seconds. I got to go back. There. Now, let's do that again. Let's shuffle them. Shuffle them again. And shuffle them a 3rd time. All right, everybody ready? I'm going to swim to win. Going to swim them to win them. Now it says there's 11 people in here. There's only 6. There's 2 watching from the jewelry channel. And 8 from the coin channel. It will let me see that. So there we go. Everybody ready? The other 4 people are not in. Here we go. Swim. Here they go. Somebody better warn them. Some people eat duck for Christmas. They better swim faster. Oh, poo. Come on. Somebody's going to be dinner tomorrow if they don't pick up the pace a little bit. We're swimming for this dime. Swimming for the dime. Meantime, I'll get my envelope set up. The envelope, please. Right now, we got Kit Coins and Jackalope. Ross is chasing them down. James Eller's kind of going backwards. Here comes Shalise up on the outside. Mike the Greek going backwards. Wrong way, Mike. Wrong way. Oh, yeah, there you go. Come on now. Hurry up. Hurry up. Yeehaw. Go, Ducks. Mighty Ducks. Three, two, one, and it's Shalise for the win. Mike Shalise just picked up a 1914 Barber dime. Woohoo! Good job, Mike. Quackadoodle Ducks. We got it. Kit, I'm going to tell you, James Eller is the #1 winner on my channel. He wins almost all my contests. He wins a lot. I always have an envelope for James Eller. That is no lie. He wins more than anybody. For a long time, it was Archaeology Mikey. And now it's kind of become Mr. Shalise and James Eller, Mikey, Jimmy Licari when he's around. Those seem to be the big winners. Okay, I do have a few envelopes in here that I got to mail out. There's Mike Shalise one, there's Ross, there's Cynthia, and then there's a couple down here. Silver Slinky's got an envelope here. I got about 5 or 6. Got one for my friend in Germany. I don't usually send to Germany, but that's a special thing. And there's a Lucky James Eller one here right now that has 2 or 3 pouches in it. So he's got a stash built up already down in here. He won't go without any for his son, that's for sure. All right. Woohoo! Hi, SkyQuest. Oh, he needed that one. Well, I may have another. I'll have to take a look. I don't even know what's in his pouch down there. He's got a bunch of coins down there. So, yeah, we're just getting ready to wrap this up. And then I'll be back on later this evening with the rest of the penny box. And by then, hopefully, I will have found a container big enough to put all these pennies in so we can guess how many I have to take back to the bank. Send that to Lucky James for his son. Well, Mike, that's so nice of you. That's very sweet. Let me find it. There it is. All right. Because I will make a note on there. Give to James Eller for Jimmy. And I'm going to get in trouble because I put it on there as a Jimmy. Jimi, like Jimi Hendrix. So if Mr. Eller yells at me, I won't send him no more coins. Whose envelope is this? James Eller. That's the one I want right there. Yeah, James usually has a pretty good pouch full before I send it off because that way it saves me on postage and it's just easier for my bookkeeping. Yeah, that was very nice of you, Mike. And I'm sure Jimmy will appreciate it. So on that note, I'm going to go make my cookies, start finishing up the packages for the gift away that starts tomorrow, and try and find a container big enough for these pennies. I think I have something that I can use. It's going to be, once I pour all the pennies in it, I'm just going to have to take the pictures, and y'all have to guess, and then I'm going to have to, because wherever I put it, it's going to be so heavy, I'm not going to be able to move the container. I'm just going to have to roll the pennies out of it. There's a lot of pennies. So thanks everybody from both my channels that came in. Pinned up at the top of this thing, you should be able to find the link for the comment video for the gift away. You will need to go make a comment on it, because the system will not pick up comments that were made in the live stream. So you are going to have to go make a physical comment on the comment video, which is pinned at the top of this live stream. And you can also find it on the either of the channels. That's the OohSusieQue Jewelry and Decor, or on It's Susie Q 96. It is pinned at the top of the chat on both of those. So get in there. You're going to need to be in there if you want to win these prizes that start giving away tomorrow. And on that note, I'm going to go. Everybody go finish up all your last minute Christmas shopping that you didn't do. Like you really want to go out in -7 degrees. If you didn't get it done, I'm afraid you're out of luck unless you buy somebody an Amazon gift certificate and print it out real quick. All right, folks. We'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Happy holidays if I don't. Bye.